Hello and welcome back to the Off-Grid family. Today I was lucky enough to be able to buy a new cheap tool because Crystal broke something, and that means I'm lucky because I have to fix it and I didn't have the stuff to fix it. So I bought myself a plastic welding gun. I wanted to get one of these for quite some time, and basically it's like a heated stapler, and what it does is you just push the staple into an object that's made of plastic and it will sort of connect the cut or whatever, you know, the breakage together. So basically I'm going to review this. I also bought some actual staples, a big box of different staples, which I'll also be doing a review of, but that will just be, you know, to show you what sort of ones are out there. This is not sponsored. This is all my own views. I've paid for everything in this video. There is no bias, no nothing at all. I will leave links to it, but as I say, I'm not in any way affiliated with any of this. Before I go any further, I'd just like to thank my patron David. David, you are awesome. I really appreciate the fact that you've been with us since the beginning, and it's just amazing that you've supported us all this time. If you would like to become a Patreon yourself, just follow the link in the description and you can have access to behind the scenes footage, a patron only chat with me and David and various other people from the Off-Grid family, and just various things like that. Anyway, let's get on. Okay, so as I said, we'll be having a look at these two today, and basically I'll put the prices for them both up here and I'll put links to them in the description. I don't get paid for the links. These are just the exact links to the ones I've bought. I've got no affiliations with them. This is just exactly what I have bought, kind of thing. But basically I've bought this because Crystal needed some stuff fixed and I thought I like new toys, so I'd buy it. Let me show you what needs fixing before I get this out. This is the thing that goes in the back of the van, and it opens out into a little cart thing. So I need to fix it because it's been smashed here and here. So we'll try and fix it. First of all, we'll have a look in this, but as I say, these were two separate purchases from two separate places. I just wanted to make sure I had enough of each of the things. This does come with some, if I remember rightly. Okay, let's have a look in here then. This comes with 200 staples. Well, there must be, yeah, it must be 50 in each, but it does look like more, to be honest. It may just be the size. Okay, this looks and feels exactly like the old welding gun, the soldering gun I bought when I was a kid. And basically, it had a hot end that you could solder with. The trigger would heat it up very quickly, and then it'd have a little light, which this has as well. So I'd assume it's basically a soldering gun, just with the bits that come off. Right, it's a UK plug, and be careful with that if you're in the UK, because there's a lot of them that are different plugs. They're a little bit cheaper, but, you know, then they're different voltages or different plug sizes. Right, let me just have a quick look at this. Okay, this one's telling me how to live my life. It says, keep your workspace clean and tidy. Messy workspaces are prone to danger. Don't tell me how to live my life. Okay, so this whole thing is like general, don't use underwater, don't use if you're diving below certain, you know, all stupid stuff. And then this is how to use it. Do not use flammable substances or flammable gases. Can you imagine trying to weld any gas? Doesn't matter if it's flammable or not. Yeah, right. Okay, the information on this leaflet is absolutely useless. There's no point reading that at all. With the plastic welder, we actually have 4 different types of staple. We've got a wiggly one, we've got a pointy one, we've got a smaller wiggly one, and we've got an M shape, and that's like this. I believe these two are to close up sort of wounds like that, let's say. Don't know why I said wounds, but that's what I'm going with. This one's then for the inside corner of things, and this is for the outside corner of things, I think. I went online to have a look, and everyone else seems to not have a clue. There seems to be so many unsure about all sorts of things, so who knows. But I'm going to be using these, but let's have a look at what the other actual pack of staples comes with. Okay, so it comes with this, and this, which is the same as what we've got, and then it's got these two which are different, or this and this which are different, I'm not sure, but very similar. So we get a huge amount of them. There's 100 of each, so 600 items. I won't need them at the moment, but this will be for future things. Okay, so this is plugged in now. I haven't pressed the trigger at all, but the first thing we're going to want to do is do this bit here, and I'm going to try and get it in. There we go. So I've closed it up. Now, as far as I can tell, we plonk this in and then press the trigger, and it should heat up pretty quick. So let's go for it. The light makes no difference to anything, it's heating up almost immediately. There you go, now it's going red, and plunge it in. Fairly straightforward. I definitely should have a fume extractor, etc. going on, but I'm too lazy. Now I'm going to be very careful putting the next staple in, so I'm assuming that these prongs get very, very hot. Okay, we're going to do another one. In a minute I'll turn the light off and we'll be able to see them glowing. But once you push it in, press and hold, like let go of the trigger, sorry, and wait. So it needs to solidify a little bit, obviously, otherwise you're just going to pull it out again. But in a second I'd like to test how hot these prongs get, because I just touched one by mistake, and it was only the other day I burnt myself on a meringue just there. Yes, genuine meringue related injury. I know you feel for me, guys. Right. Should we use a different one for this bit? Right. This bit, can we see that okay? This bit here, I'm going to close up with this again. Am I? Put it like that, maybe. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at what other ones we can use, because we've got quite a good test piece here, because it's all different shapes. You know, now we're going to have to do one that's in sort of in a corner. So let's get one of our corner ones. So I'll do it here in this bit. It's really hard to light this area up, to be honest. See what we can do with extra lighting. One sec. It's a little better. Okay, so you can see this, the line that goes down here and across. What we're going to do is I'm going to put one in here. See what happens. Now I'm going to do one lengthways along here. That didn't do anything. This one I did down here, literally not done a thing. So we need another one of these wiggly wobbly ones without burning ourselves when we put it in. I'm still reading from the meringue injury, so you know, you don't know, guys, you weren't there, you know, bad times. Now I might, if I can be bothered, go over all of this, take off all the like tails of them, and then I might solder, like, and clean it all up with a soldering iron. I may not, I'm quite lazy. The odds are quite low. Right, let's turn it around. Now this side is the worst. This side's been beaten up quite badly. There you go. So it's not very visible now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a few round it here until we think it's going to be, you know, connected. Okay, I'm going to have to press it from the other side so that I'm not pushing in on the crack at the same time. We'll get the hang of this. I'm going to check now how long it takes to heat up. I'm going to put it on here completely cold and press the trigger. About 8 seconds. So I'd say about 6 seconds from, you know, cold to installed, as it were. That's not very helpful. Okay, there were sparks coming out of it that time. That one does not want to fit in. I'll leave that to one side for now. The spark, I think, was because there was a gap between it and the actual rods. So I think this is actually an induction heater. Some of them, I'm going to bend the staples out a bit because they want to just fall out. Okay, down here I've got very little room to work with, so I'm going to use one of the smaller staples and we're going to see how that goes. To me that just opened up the gap, to be honest. What other ones we got? Let's try this one. This is the larger staple of the two smaller ones. That makes no sense, but I know what I mean. A lot of these want to fall out, and then when you bend them slightly, they don't want to go in. Okay, now all these Hellraiser spikes, I've seen people use side snips because some of these set packs come with it, but as far as I know, you can just snap them off. Let's have a look. Yeah, if you just pull them up, they literally will just snap off. This one is not even in there properly, so that one won't. Nor is that one. So look, that was the one I said I think just opened up the gap, so I'll have to do that again in a sec. Same with this one. But these should. Nope. So the little ones, the thin ones, are rubbish. These ones are okay. Hang on. They just, some of them just snap off like that, look. But other ones do not. I wonder if I put them in too deep. Nope. Okay, so some of them I will actually have to cut off, and other ones I'm going to redo a few of these around here. Okay, so I'm actually going to use the side snips for the bits that I can't get out, and I think what happens is, I think there's a, yeah, because I don't like that, that leaves a bit sticking out. I think there is a depth that you put it in, and then they'll come off on their own. So I'm going to have to do something about this, because I don't want it to be sharp. There's no point having sharp bits sticking out. So I'm going to continue to try and wiggle these out. There you go. This, I'm not actually cutting these ones, I'm just going to try and twist them. So the majority of them just snapped off absolutely fine. A few of them are quite sharp here that didn't snap off, that I used the tin snips on, or the side snips, sorry. So I'm going to redo the ones that came out, which I'd already thought were very loose, and then I'm just going to snap them off. And I'd advise not using any of the tin snips, because side snips, a lot of them come with them. I wouldn't use them because this bit here is razor sharp. This literally could cut your finger. So yeah, I'm going to finish this off and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we are all completely plugged up now, and basically I've tested the stability of it, and it's basically like I've welded it. There's no weakness in this joint anymore. What I'm going to do next, I'm going to take a soldering iron, hang on, this one here, which I've done a review on, and I'll try and put a doojit in the corner, but I always forget, so, but I will try. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over it very, very gently, well, on a low heat, and I'm going to see if I can cover all this crack up. This isn't necessary, but I would like to see if it's possible to make it look as good as possible, you know. And then I'm going to sort a few more bits out, and then we are done. That's before the soldering iron, obviously, and then after. So you're definitely able to cover it up a little bit, but I would say honestly that if you spend a little bit of time you could get it so it's almost completely hidden. And if you had some extra plastic of this sort of variety, I think this is, by the smell of it, HDPE. Also, do this in a well ventilated area, don't be an idiot like me. Anyway, yeah, if you had a little bit of black HDPE, you could actually just, you know, add it like your, you know, additive welding kind of thing. But I'm going to do this side and then I will be done. Okay, so there you go. Basically, it works, it does exactly what you want, and it's quite, I think, with a soldering iron, you could do quite a lot to completely cover up the bit that you fixed, but it works wonderful for plastics. It's designed specifically for things like bumpers and things like that in vans, and I've got a van that I'm fixing up at the moment, so I will be using it again in the future. But I'd say the only negative is that sometimes the staples fall out, but with a tiny little bend they work perfectly, so there's very little that can go wrong with it, and it does exactly what you want, to be honest. Again, thank you to David, my patron. As I say, if you'd like to join him, pop down in the description and you can follow all the links down there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.